Here in Lesson 3, we will be reviewing how to insert text boxes. A text box is an area of the page that serves as a place where you can actually enter in words, and you can also enter in media. And the first thing to do when we consider inserting a text box is we have to find the text box itself. Under your insert menu, you will find the word text box. After clicking on text box, it will give you somewhat of a cross that allows you to click your left clicker on your mouse and drag it as long to create the width and the height of your text box. When you release the click and drag, it is going to create your area has been created. From there, you do have the option of going to one of your corners of the box and actually dragging. You can expand it from that point. If you go to the side, one of the side circles, you can make it wider. And if you go to one of the circles that are on the top or the bottom in the center, you can actually change the height. If you have your cursor hover above an outside edge, you do have another option of clicking down your left clicker on your mouse, and you can drag that text area to anywhere you would like on the page. So it gives you the option of creating the text box and also adjusting the size by adjusting the width, the height, and also you can click and drag it and move it to another area of your page. And as you will notice, there's a little green circle above. You can click on that and you can actually rotate the text box so that it has a different look. It doesn't always have to be parallel to the edges of the page. So it does give you the option of rotation here. So we can rotate that to the angle that you would like. So now that we've created our text box, if you take your mouse and hover over the text box, you'll notice that you can now go to the keyboard and type whatever information you would like within that area. And you will also have to adjust the size of your text to reflect the size that you would like. One of the other features of text boxes is that you also have the option of, once your first text box is created, you can click off of that and you'll see that the text box still remains here, and you can actually go to your insert menu and click text box again. So you can put a text box within a text box, which would basically cover the area of text that you would have had there. And you can also go to insert and go to text box and create another text box outside. So one feature that Publisher offers you is that it does not have a limitation to the amount of text boxes that are created. And so you could create as many text boxes as you would like within the document to make the final piece look the way you want it to. So that is how you would go in and create a text box. So once we have understood the premise of a text box, I want to go in and delete this text box, and also I want to delete this text box. What I want to demonstrate at this point is how to formulate the text box background colors, and how we can also take another look at how we want to change the dimensions. So once you click within the text box, you can actually use your mouse and right click and go to Format Text Box. It gives you the opportunity to put colors and lines in from here. From here we can click on color, and it currently has no fill, which means that there's no background color. We have the option of, just for the text box alone, changing that background color. So we're going to select gold, and hit OK. So now we have the background color of our text box changed to gold. I want to go hover over the text box again, right click, go to Format Text Box, and let's say that we wanted to have a border around the outside. We could make the border color black. It allows us to select how we want the border to look. I want to just keep a solid line. The style and how thick we want it to be and how many lines we want it to be. I'm going to go with a basic solid 3-point solid line. And it gives you the option of creating the border all the way around, just the top, just the bottom, but we want to stick with having the border all the way around. So we'll select this border here and press OK. So now what you'll notice is that we have a 3-point border around the outside of the text box. We can also go in, right click over the text box again, go to Format Text. It gives you the option of changing and rotating. Instead of manually doing it on the screen, if you have specific specs that you need to change it to, you can change the height and the width here manually based off of the specs that you may or may not have. We can change the layout to the position on the page. We can move the text box itself manually here. So we have our text box formatted how we would like it. The next step to using your text box is actually inserting text. So what we can do is, if you notice that we have the default settings of our text, which is our letters, and it is Times New Roman 10, and we can go in and type in text information for tutorial. And as you can see, that information is way too small to see. So we want to click and drag over top of it and kind of select that information and select a 28-point font. And as you can see, that is how you would change and you would enter text into a text box. And as you know, and I will continue typing text information for tutorial session. And as you notice, when it goes to the next line, it is all the information is gonna stay contained within that text box and not go outside of the text box. But that is how you would use a text box in Microsoft Publisher.